Like millions of other aging Americans, 73-year-old Arthur Dolly is suffering from the effects of dementia.
Yeah, I didn't used to remember nothing when I get into trouble. I couldn't remember nothing. Yeah.
But he's coping with his symptoms of memory loss and confusion behind bars. Arthur is in prison for murder and won't be out before he turns 81. He's a member of a rapidly growing group of inmates in the American prison system. Over a 3-year period, the number of prisoners 65 or older grew 94 times the rate of the overall prison population. That's more than 26,000 elderly prisoners. To the author of a Human Rights Watch study on the issue, there are very specific reasons those numbers are skyrocketing: longer sentences and stricter parole laws.
All too often, legislators are perfectly willing to send people to prison and to keep them there for very long periods of time, and not willing to pony up the money that is required to provide care.
Here at Fishkill Prison, 70 miles north of New York City, a specialized facility was created back in 2006 to deal with the growing number of inmates with dementia. Now, prisons from across the state are sending inmates here for the specialized care. It's called the Unit for the Cognitively Impaired and headed by a former family practitioner, Dr. Joseph Avezzano.
Age sometimes is an easy key. That there's a problem.
The risk of inmates getting dementia is much higher because they are sicker than the rest of Americans. Elevated levels of depression, diabetes, hypertension, HIV, AIDS, and head trauma could cause the prison dementia rate to grow at 2 or 3 times than that of the outside world.
Many of our offenders' physiology may be older than their age, so that the 60-year-old may have physiologic aging to that of the next decade. So one of our missions has been to increase the screening.
That screening helped Arthur, who was struggling in the prison's general population.
Prisons were designed, and I think most people still think of them as places that hold hardened criminals and young criminals.
It's going to take a shift in the mindset of how the majority of American prisons are run to help the thousands out there, like Arthur.
Cross my heart, hope to die. I wish to make my remaining bid right here on this bed.
Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera, Beacon, New York.